Hey, what's going on, you guys? Kiara Franchka here, coming to you after a really long time. I know it's been a while. I think I've been away for weeks, probably a month, which says a lot. I've been feeling pretty exhausted. Like right now, I'm fine. I actually regained my energy. I've been working quite hard. And I've just been changing the way I do things. So that's why I've been quite out of the scene. That's why you just see me do posts in my group. I'm just changing the way I do things. So that's why I've been so absent. But now that I see people are live already, I just want to go ahead and start talking about what the whole point of this video is about. Um, so I'm First off, I'm only doing this video in the group for a reason. I know that some people who are in here have been affected by the person I'm going to talk about. And I feel that it's time that I actually speak up about what happened because I was the business partner of this person that I was going to talk about. And I have nothing to hide at the end of the day. Um, and he really hurt a lot of people so badly that I think um, you know I feel that I should speak from my part as to what happened. Um, I didn't do this before. I didn't do this video before because I was so affected emotionally by what happened, and mentally it was a huge setback for me. He hurt me financially. He ended up sexually harassing me in a group where I couldn't speak up. Um, and trusted him so much that when he did what he did, it was, whoa, it's honestly, it took days for me to even like just, not days, weeks for me to just get over what happened and just to digest what happened. So anyhow, so before I begin, there is a link attached to this video that is called DanielTurnerIsAFraud.com. That is the name he used at the time that I was still speaking to him. Believe it or not, it's not his actual name. How do I know? Someone who was also affected by the same person actually got an investigator to hold a full report about him. Um, and they found out that that's not his real name. So his real name's in there. I can't even say it. Something Dan can. I don't know. It's in the report. So when you click on the link, you need to download a report. The reason you need to download it is because we need to keep updating it. But you can see how much Bitcoin he stole from all of us. I mean, at one point, all the Bitcoin he stole was touched a million. So anyhow, let me just give you guys the full backstory. Hey Greg, hey Donna, morning to you guys. You guys are in the US. All right, so this is what happened. So this is a year ago now. This whole thing started a year ago. Um, this person named Daniel Turner, it's not actually Daniel Turner, asked me to work alongside him. He and I had been talking for 1.5 years, like even like via WhatsApp. Like we followed each other as entrepreneurs. He followed me more than I did him. Um, and he had been wanting to work alongside me, but it was just not, there was nothing that I could really like I wanted to do with him, or until he came up with this Bitcoin trading opportunity. He helped me first and I was seeing results, and then he went on to tell me, why don't we offer it to our audiences and get them to trade with us, because everyone can win together. And I really love the idea because so many people have a hard time making money online. Like I've been doing this enough years to know that some people really struggle big time to make money online. Hey Yelena, how are you? How are your travels? I think you're back from Russia, no? Um, so many people have a hard time that when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, people just need to copy signals and, we can all win together. And we started providing it to our audiences. And within like a few days, we had like, I think over 50 people. Like we had by the end, well over 130 people involved. And he was in charge of the signals because I told him like, I don't know anything about Bitcoin trading, so you provide the service. I'm happy to recruit. and we left it at there. Now, he was in charge of collecting, because we collected all the cash, you want to call it so, in Bitcoin. Um, and we collected everything in Bitcoin. Well, he did. I was never in control of the funds. And what happened was we had decided that we would actually just hold it. Hey Todd, how are you? We decided that he would hold everything, and I agreed to that. Like, I'm being fair, like I'm just saying everything as it is. He will keep the Bitcoin, and that eventually we would reinvest it into further assets and whatnot, and that he would trade with it. So that's why we had agreed that he keep the Bitcoin, because he was the trader at the end of the day. I never claimed to be a trader. I don't know how to trade Bitcoin. I need to rely on other people or services if I wanted to ever accumulate my Bitcoin via trading. And I trusted him. Like, I trusted him. So this went on until January. I think it was December, January. I can't remember the exact date, but we then announced a different service where he said, why don't you guys give me your Bitcoin? Like, we agreed on a certain share, and I will trade with it. And all of us had really trusted him. And honestly, this was such a red flag. Like, even I, at this point in my life, I'm 31, I'm turning 32 in just a few days. When I think that I actually trusted someone that to that point where I send them my Bitcoin, I just feel like such an idiot. So don't ever do that. Like, this is why I'm doing this video. I'm telling you guys, this is not a hate video. Like, I'm emotionless over it now because this happened about 6 months ago. I don't know the exact date, but I'm over it emotionally. Like, it's just over my head. Like, so don't ever trust people on the internet. Like, it's just because most people are out there to take your money. Like, unfortunately, that is the sad situation. I want to trust people, like, even now at this point in my life, like, I find it so hard, like, because I was not brought up that way. I was brought up to think we live in a great world, everyone's a good person, but it's not the case. Like, and I've been scammed before him. I was scammed another $4,000 before all this happened in Bitcoin, and many others before, another 2,000 somewhere else, and there and there and there. It's just this is the sad situation. Anyhow, so about 30 of us, we kind of found each other, let me put it that way. Actually, more people, and I can't say names, but there was someone that started the whole investigation. The only thing I can say is I'm not in charge of the group, and Daniel did, but this is the name he uses. Daniel thought that I was the person in charge, and when the investigation got carried out and the report was like just plastered on the internet about him, he attacked me personally. Like, he took it out against me. He started saying things that were not true with no backup whatsoever, saying that I scammed him thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, he mentioned company names that and saying that I scammed him. I didn't even know him at the time. And like, if I scammed you so much money, then why the hell did you work alongside me in September last year? Like, anyhow, so he started making claims in a group where I could not speak, saying that I scammed him, and like, none of it was true. Like, there's no backup. He has no backup against me, because he never ever put that kind of money in with me in such opportunities. Actually, he mentioned one opportunity, and I know his sponsor. So anyhow, I'm not, again, I really don't care. And there were other things which should have not been said from his part, saying things like that I've used my, I don't know what word he used specifically, but he said that I used my, yeah, that I used my, like, I used my body to sell to people, like, just shady things you do not say about people. Anyhow, especially when you've done something wrong. Anyhow, I need to go back a few steps with this. So what happened was, in February, after a few of us trusted him with our Bitcoin, including myself as a business partner, and he even has the profits we made. He owes me like quite a bit of Bitcoin. Sorry Sorry, guys. I was receiving a call and I declined it. So anyhow, so this was, I think, February now. I don't remember the dates, but I do have the WhatsApp messages. But I remember I tried reaching out to him to see, like, 'cause he closed all the groups, like, all the groups where we were sending the signals to people. He closed them. He blocked everyone. Um, and I remember reaching out to him via WhatsApp because I was like, I can't reach him on Telegram. Like, what the hell happened? I was actually worried. I didn't even think he's scamming us. Like, no, I was like, something must have happened to him. I hope he's okay. Anyhow, so I tried reaching out on WhatsApp and he made up a story about his wife, that they're divorced, and by the way, they're still together. And he made up a whole big lie. And I was actually concerned about him. And I remember standing up for him in the group. I was like, just give him time. Like, things are, I didn't say what happened. Like, I even kept his lie like a secret because I'm that kind of person. And I'm not trying to play the victim here, but that is really my personality. Like, if you trust me with something, I will keep it a secret. But if you decide to screw with me, I will make sure that if you had a secret, it won't be a secret anymore. Like, I had to end up telling the whole group the lie he made up. Anyway, we found out that it's not true by the investigator. And what else? I tried reaching out to him before all this happened with the whole report. I tried reaching out to him. He blocked me. I tried calling him. As soon as he heard my voice, he hung up. So I had another iPhone. I took that iPhone and I was like, let me try. I was still like, oh my God, something must have happened to him. So I went onto my iPhone and I left him another WhatsApp message saying, I hope this is not what I think it is, but you need to send over that Bitcoin. I need to refund people. Like, I have that, like, black and white. You need to give me that Bitcoin. I need to give people back their money. And he blocked me again. I had another number and I believe I messaged him as well on that other number, but he blocked me from there as well. Anyhow, so that's basically what happened. He never wanted to give us the Bitcoin back. There were attempts. I can't go into too much detail because I don't know what I can and cannot say. But there have been many attempts where other people in the group tried to contact him. The only thing he came back with, and he never got back to me personally, like, I've always been, like, he's kept me blocked. But he wanted to pay people back. But when Bitcoin doubled in price, and if, let's say, people gave him one Bitcoin and it was worth $5,000, he wanted to pay them back in Bitcoin, but worth at the price it was on when it doubled. So let's say if it cost him 10K to buy, he would just give half of it back. So some people went ahead and they lost like up to 60% of their Bitcoin. Some people didn't get their Bitcoin back at all. I think someone actually commented. I think it's Carlos Loon. I think you were the one that you reached out to him for your Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. But I know there were people that reached out. They didn't get anything. And I know there are 2 cases like that. I believe so. I don't know if the situation changed. Anyhow, the thing is, if we paid so much Bitcoin, we need to get our amount back in Bitcoin, not in currency. So yeah, it's just that's the story of what happened. Again, I don't want to say I don't. There's so much I can say, but if you guys want like a full report on him, like his actual name, how much Bitcoin he stole in total, I think it's up to 80 Bitcoin. It's 60 Bitcoin, more or less. It's about 60 Bitcoin. So I think it hit 1 million at one point. So yeah, so you guys can download the full report. I recommend you go download the report, see who he is, see his face. Some of you guys are going to be familiar with his face. And I was really hesitant about doing this video. The main reason I did it, again, is not because I want to kind of do a revenge video. If I wanted to do a revenge video, I would have done it on YouTube, and I would have started putting up screenshots of things he said and things which shouldn't have been said from his part as a married person. So Yeah, Carlos, yes, I am one of them. I hope police in the future will catch him. So, yeah, like he pissed off many people. Like there are like well over 30 people that have been hurt really bad. Well, over 130 in total, but people who trusted him with Bitcoin, they've sent it to his wallet. Um, and yeah, like there were red flags that today I learned my lesson. Like I even got into Forex and I did so much research before I just put money in it. I was like, I need to make sure I'm the one in control of the funds. And like if I ever do anything where I tell people, look, because like right now I'm actually testing something with Bitcoin and I love the results I'm getting. It's with a very well-known platform and everything else like that. But like if I ever do anything where I'm going to like get people to trust me with Bitcoin, I will not do it with anyone else. Like because unfortunately I put my reputation in so much risk and legally. Like this guy could have put me in a lot of legal trouble. Like if I was ever in control of the funds, like I could have been in bad legal like I spoke to someone that like you could have got he could have got you in a lot of legal trouble. So be careful, like learn from my lesson, like learn from my mistakes because you think that people will do anything to look good, to look like a saint. Because this is what happened to us. Is like I'm talking on behalf of 130 people that got scammed. People will do anything to come across as the saint or as a good person or that they really have your best at heart. Like I always thought that people had my best interest because I'm that way, but it's just not the way it is. Like people really truly care more. Like I'm not gonna say all, there are good people out there, but most people on the internet, especially when they're making up a fake name, unfortunately I didn't know. There was no way of me knowing that his name was fake. But had I done enough research, I would have probably found some stuff about him that would have made me think twice about what I did. But just don't trust people with your hard-earned money. Um, so yeah, a lot of people have been scammed. I know people watching, reaching out. Like I see one person who's reached out to me, who's watching me right now, who asked me as well. Like just be careful, do your research. And again, the thing goes in reverse. Not everything you see that's labeled with scam. Like some people, like I see some of the best internet marketers that exist right now. Like even Russell Brunson. If you look up his name, you're gonna find that people hate him, so they're gonna say he's a scam. So just read and just make sure that if someone is being called a scam as well, that there is backup for that. Like we have backup, we have proof. The report will show you we sent our Bitcoin to his wallet, to one wallet address. So we have proof. We're not just making up something up. Like he came back calling me a scam, and I don't know. He said he actually said in a group that he's going to pay. He actually said Indians. I'm gonna pay Indians to um, create like websites. I don't know, labeling me and just like getting back at me because he thought I was the whole person behind all this, but I wasn't. And he just wasn't cooperating. So whatever people are doing, they plan on doing to him, I don't know what people want to do to him. Like there's a lot of information now on the internet about him. Like that report says a lot about him. Like people know where he lives. So, just, there is a lot of like backup to prove what he did. And he just name labeled me and just said all these things, but there's no backup for it. So, I mean, I'm not even worried about that. So that's the story. I don't want to go on further and further with this because again, I don't know what things I can say and cannot say. But just be careful. I mean, not everyone's like not every like if people say they have your best interest, just do your research. That's all I can say. Because I do not want to see people get hurt the way we did. And then my case as his ex-business partner, it hurt me even more because he could have really, really, really ruined my reputation bad. Like it partly did actually. Um, so and it's unfair because I worked so hard all these years so that people trust me, and I don't want people thinking that I'm part of it. Like, I mean, there's no proof that I stole people's money because I didn't. But again, the fact that he didn't care about how he could have hurt my reputation and how he could have legally hurt me puts me in a position where I should have, yes, I deserve to put out the video out there just to explain myself. But anyhow, I'm going to stop this here. Just be careful, you guys. Go read the report. Be familiar with his face because I do feel that he might come out again in years to come with a different name. It maybe try to rip people off with something else, with some other made-up program that he might come up with or that he promotes. So that's basically it, you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I appreciate you watching me and being here.